Hi, everybody. This is Michael Fisk with Tri-State Live on Facebook. Just getting started here. Hi, Melissa. Give everybody just a couple of minutes to get logged on here. I'm in Joplin, Missouri. It's freezing here. It's for those of you in the Midwest. You're experiencing the polar vortex that's coming through here. So it's I think Joplin's going to be like a high of 12 degrees, today, but it's supposed to get even colder, through here, this weekend. This weekend, I think they're expecting 18 inches of snow, and like Monday, it's going to be like a high of 4 degrees and -8 or something like that. So, but I know many of you, are in similar, situation circumstances. So appreciate you guys. Just give it another couple of seconds here. Again, our safety message, for any of you that are driving currently and have this on, please turn it off. Just this will be recorded, of course, and then you can watch it on YouTube and Facebook. Here for those of you that are on, feel free to send in your questions and comments, and we appreciate anybody that can attend here. So. Um, Anyway, if anybody, if you can't hear me or whatever, just let me know. But I, am seeing the comments and questions, on here. Richard Worley, hi, in Kentucky, and Melissa, hi. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Just a few things, and Riley has been sharing our 90th year anniversary of Tri-State Motor Transit, and in that theme, she's been sharing a lot of information about what's gone on the last 90 years, type of thing. So she has a trivia question that she had posted, and I'm supposed to share the answer here. So the question is, what American architectural attraction opened to the public in 1931? 1931 being, of course, the same year that Tri-State Motor Transit, was founded. The options are A, Space Needle, B, Empire State Building, C, Gateway Arch. I know the answer, but I would have guessed honestly, A, Space Needle, and that is not the right answer. The correct answer is B, Empire State Building. Yeah, I would have thought that was built, long before, because King Kong had to climb something, and I thought King Kong came out before 1931, right? So David Ransom, hi from West Texas. Melissa, has electricity been restored in Joplin? Kind of not. We're actually experiencing some heater issues here in the main office building. The electrical issues in the lodge is one of the things I wanted to talk to everybody about. We have a band-aid, but that's all it is a band-aid. I mean, it's again, we're a 90-year-old company. Some of the buildings are almost that old. And for those of you who don't know, the lodge, while we did a complete remake and redo of everything, some things like the electricity and some of the other HVAC and heating things, we did initially replace. Well, we've had to since then, go back and redo the air conditioning. As you guys know, it's not always been comfortable. In the summer there, I think you'll find that this summer should be much different. We've gone in and completely, changed, the HVAC air conditioning system in there. But now we have some electrical issues, which, it's the lights are on, the gas fireplace is running, but, we have limited bandwidth, and so we're not able to run all the washers and dryers. I'm not sure that we're able to run any washers and dryers right now, actually. So the lodge is open, however, just be aware the laundry facilities may not, be accessible right now. I know we're working on it, and it looks like, we're going to have to completely replace some transformers, that kind of stuff. But with the frozen ground, it's making it a little bit, of a challenge, as well. Um, Hold on, I apologize. Let me shut this off real quick here. Still ringing. The ring will go away here in a second here. Juliana Masters, hi. I'm sorry, hold on a second. I'm trying to get rid of the ring tone on here. Okay, so that's the situation, with the lodge, and the electricity or electrical, issues there. Limited facilities. The training center, still up and running. They're running off a generator, back there, but we'll have a solution, to have the full lodge, available and accessible here, soon. Speaking of the lodge, I wanted to bring up something. One of the things that we just kind of randomly come up with, challenges and issues sometimes. You're welcome to use the refrigerator. You're welcome to use the freezer. It's kind of like roommates, type of thing. Every so often we have issues, if you remember back in your, days when you had roommates, whether it's in college or first leaving your parents' house, and your roommates eat your food. I it shouldn't happen, but it does. I mean, it's do your I would encourage you to label anything that you put in the refrigerator and the freezer. Don't leave it in there long, of course. If you forget something, it's probably going to get thrown out. We don't monitor, the use of the fridge and the use of the food in there, and so we've had reports of people going in there and eating food that's not theirs. That's not cool. If you're one of those doing it, stop. But if you're one that puts your food in there and find it missing, I'm not sure how to police that. It shouldn't happen, but sometimes it does, and I know it can be frustrating. I mean, ultimately, all of our trucks have refrigerators in them, that kind of stuff as well. But hopefully, we can all be, considerate and mindful of each other, there. But it does happen, there. Next thing I want to talk about is just the weather in general. Again, it's super cold here. Many of you probably heard about the 100 some odd truck and car accidents in Fort Worth, Texas yesterday. I think there's multiple fatalities, in that, 6, 7, 8 people. Last that I heard, it's my understanding is that one of the big issues with that is because they did, the company that's supposed to get out and sand and salt the roads did not. So I know there's an investigation in that, but I it's I drove here to Joplin from Arizona, and in Arizona is 80 degrees, and I get to West Texas, West Oklahoma, and the winds and ice and everything started blowing and going 18 20 miles per hour sometimes, and those are conditions that our drivers deal with and face all the time, there. So certainly have empathy and sympathy for what you guys are going through. Be careful, I mean, don't assume that the roads are treated. Unfortunately, I mean, most of the time the roads, the DOT departments do a great job, of course, but sometimes they don't, so, do what you can to be safe and protect yourself first and foremost. There any issues, just let us know. I mean, it's, each of you are more important than the equipment and the freight. So just let us know, if you're, facing challenges, or what have not. Okay. Okay. A heads up on some COVID, thing stuff. Again, vaccinations, are out there. Vaccinations are available. In some states, more readily than others. Most states, wherever your home state is, check on the regulations there. Most states, have transportation workers, as essential, and you qualify for the vaccine if they have enough, to get it, there. So check your local, health departments, for that kind of information, there. By presidential order, some of you guys have sent this in, and we appreciate, the notice. All federal facilities, DOD, facilities included in that, ports, everything, is now a mask mandate. Okay, so it's that is a federal order. by presidential decree. So just be aware of that. Many of our customers, already have, mask, mandates. Some, enforce it, some don't. But just be aware that, any federal facility is now going to require, masks, there. So, I had a note here about service, and I'm not certain what I meant about that. There. So, um, anyway, maybe that'll come to me. The one final thing that wanted to touch on, and again, any questions from anybody, feel free to send them in. Um, it's scam alerts. I mean, it's we've internal in the office where everybody's constantly on a computer. There's required training that Frank and his group, do a great job of. Taking everybody, in the office, through, it's called threat advice, that explains, how, the latest digital scams work, email scams, phishing attempts, that kind of stuff. We've had some issues the last couple of weeks, come up where, one, situation, we had a driver, it looked like an email sent from a driver, where they're sending in an e-signed document, and fortunately, before, we opened up the email, I think it was, Christina, in the flatbed fleet. Anyway, she just raised her hand and said, "Hey, is this a good, safe email? It just looks a little bit different." And it was a scam email. So it affects everybody, including, drivers. As it become more and more mobile, and tech, dependent, cell phones, are susceptible. I mean, be careful if someone sends you a text link. Make sure you know what it is before you open it. Banks and, IRS and those kind of places are rarely going to ask for personal information, if ever, over emails, over text, or something like that. So just be aware. I mean, if in doubt, just question it, before, go forward, and save yourself a lot of hassle, there. So. Um, Develine, Richmond Yard bathrooms need cleaning, painting. Paint is peeling back and black mold on shower doors. Yes, several of our facilities, need attention. I'm gonna, note that, specifically. Richmond is one of the, the terminal locations, that we have planned for, funds to be spent on, to there. So, thank you for your heads up on, on that. Um, anyway, I think, the service thing still is not, ringing a bell of why I had that noted up there. We appreciate all of you. I had the chance yesterday to run, our 2020. Compensation for all of our company drivers. Our company drivers did really well. I mean, it's we had a record amount, make more than $100,000, dollars, in 2020. We had, I want to say something like 65% or 63% or something like that of all of our company drivers. The top 63%, average, it's like $85,000 a year, type of thing. So, our goal is to get more money, to our drivers. I mean, we have to be able to, to maintain a business. As we do that, we're seeing our driver pay, increase, as the freight moves. There is a great need for drivers, a greater need for drivers, today than there's ever been. So we value you. We appreciate all of you. Our owner operators, on a week to week basis, are doing better this year, than they were last year. At the same time. This same time last year was pre-COVID, if you can imagine that. I mean, it seems like COVID's been lasting forever, there. But, so we did, see some revenue hits when COVID first hit, but we recovered from that pretty well. But even week to week, year over year, we're starting out very well, in 2021, as well. So um, anyway, it's Melissa asks, what's our total driver count? We're about call it 670, give or take, total drivers, right now. We're in a really good spot. We're in a position where, our customers have asked us to provide a few more lanes. So, coming this year, you will see us growing, by a few trucks. But just know that we are managing the numbers. We are managing the freight, volume, and essentially, we do what our customers ask us to do. And right now, we have many customers, that's asked us specifically, to, hey, if you can provide us a few more trucks, we've got even more freight, for you. So 2021, we're excited about. I mean, the pandemic, COVID is still, something we're going to have to deal with, for sure. But and right now we're dealing with the weather, type of stuff. But we're strong and we're healthy, and it's because of our drivers, that allow us to be strong, and healthy. So anyway, that's really all that I have, for today. Be careful, be safe, be warm. Next week, or in the coming weeks, I'm not sure, if it's going to be Cheryl or I doing, Facebook, next week, but we'll share more numbers, around, what our, fleet compensations are, and those kind of things. We strive to be pretty transparent. And so anyway, in the coming weeks and months, I think you'll see other departments, sharing, more, specific details. We had a great response, when Russ broke down the braking systems, and when, with Frank, went through our APUs and everything. And so we're going to have other departments do that. We're going to invite safety, department to share some, video of issues that we're seeing, and get your involvement on, hey, how do we do better, and communicating, how to improve, these safety situations, and so forth. So the big goal is just to get better engagement and better involvement, you know between all of us, drivers, and operations, and safety, and recruiting, and HR. Again, the driver mobile app, that's been launched. I think over half of our drivers are using that, engaged on that now. Maybe more, actually. You're going to see more and more, useful and cool tools for the driver. I mean, right now, it's probably a little one-sided, as far as, tools, that are useful for the company. But I think, in the coming months, and through 2021, you'll see some really cool things that you'll, be excited about. That's both fun and useful, for you. So anyway, we appreciate you. I mean, it's be safe out there. We thank you, for the work that you do, and look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks. See you. Bye.